I mean, just for more interesting strats. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
I mean, it's kind of the point of the flag, right?
Exactly.
And we're off.
Off we go. Streams will be synced up very soon.
Yuda using the Luigi sprite, one of my personal favorites, and Zephlar using the Google sprite. You also got a bit of color synchronization here with the hearts and the frame borders.
Yeah, it's actually true. Alright, all synced up. Falling down. Let's reveal our weapon of choice for the escape section.
I want to see bombs.
Kinda wanna see the cane. It is. It's a good cane at least.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a really interesting weapon. I don't know how to use it optimally here. I'm sure. Oh, the Moon Pearl too, very early. But I'm sure with optimal strats with this cane, you can make this escape incredibly fast.
Yeah, so I think the interesting part with the cane is that, you know, you kind of want to kill guards at some point, you know, if you want to get a bomb drop, but you can't really overuse the cane too much because it does use a significant amount of magic. So yeah, we'll see how they will deal with that.
Yep. I believe the cane block can hit things 5 times before dissipating, and then you can explode it to shoot fireballs in each direction, and each of those hits, including the fireballs, does fighter sword damage. Ooh, Zephlar getting a 8 bomb drop.
That's pretty handy, so he doesn't have to worry about that anymore. Yuda, on the other hand, probably wants to at least try to kill some guards here and there.
Yeah. In the room Yuda's in, I especially like taking that one pot and hitting the blue guard all the way to the south with it. It takes almost no time, and it's like a free kill.
Yeah.
Another benefit to having the cane this early is the cane is often a very late game required item.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Being needed for both Misery Mire and Turtle Rock. So having it like right at the beginning it just takes that whoa away.
Cane of Samara can definitely be one of those troll items that you look for and search for forever. Yuda has to be a little bit careful here, only one heart. I assume he might actually pick up the pots here to kill the guard, play it safe.
So, another fact about the cane is that it only costs mana to make the block.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't cost anything to explode it. Just to anybody looking to learn this route, or this mode.
Alright, so at least they got a good bunch of money down there, so even if he does not find any bombs right now, he can at least definitely buy some in Kakariko. But obviously Yuda still wants to get a bomb eventually somewhere around here.
I wouldn't be surprised if Yuda uses the cane, at least in the rope room.
Yeah.
If not against all the rats somewhere in the sewers or just in that room before the bomb wall. Another good thing to have, which we don't have, is the mirror, so you can actually just mirror back to the entrance of the castle with Zelda, but it's pretty uncommon to have it early on.
That's a rare one, yeah. And when you actually do get the mirror down there, you just forget it, and you just realize as soon as you're up there, you're just like, yeah, dang, could have used it.
Or you forget to switch to your bombs and see a blue thing in your item slot, and you're all the way
That's
back.
a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, about that.
Alright, but both players should be good on magic. They still have to kill one rat, definitely. You're not killing.
Yeah, this is some
He's
pretty
right
risky
here.
play.
It is kind of clunky to kill these enemies with the cane. I mean, that's kind of the thing, because it just doesn't do enough damage to one-shot them, but... Yeah, I mean, there's nothing, you know... It's not like there could be a required item in there, or there has to be, but you can still go back there later as soon as he gets the power glove, but...
Yeah, but that's the rub, is that if your first available power glove is there, you're gonna have to walk all the way back through this segment again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, he just said to not go for it.
So I will gladly take the 30 seconds, minute it takes to ensure a bomb drop.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because on the other hand, you usually always assume that your opponent does go for it as well. So if you skip out on like the boost or something, you always feel terrible if you skipped it earlier. So let's see, we're gonna find out what he has been missing out on. As Zephlar will bomb that hole open and see what we got here.
Oh my.
Oh, well. Yeah, that is something that Yuda will go back here and he will think, yeah, that's not too great.
On the plus side for Yuda, there's a pretty good chance you're going to have the glove before you want the hook shot.
That's true, yeah.
Unless, like, the flute is the way to the mountain, you'll definitely need the glove.
Yeah, that would be terrible. Alright, Yuda checking. Okay. Let's see. So we'll see the lumberjack cave here.
Yeah, I see a lot of runners using open node strats and skipping out on the lumberjack cave. But I figure you're already in the area. Might as well just get it out of the way.
The net. that means Agahnim is definitely required because everyone has to have the net.
But you need the net to beat Agahnim. It's
a paradox.
It's a paradox. Somebody needs to get V-Torp on the horn.
Alright, someone left his book just in the forest.
That is great. Especially if you want to check the pedestal right now, which you apparently does not want to do.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if the book is right there, that's usually what, like, you should just check it right there. But to be fair, usually, you know, they probably already have their route in mind, and then they just don't realize that they can actually check it right there.
We get our first map check on Zephlar's side. Believe that was the important crystal, one of the two important crystals at Tower of Hera, and then the other two Light World dungeons are also crystals.
Not too bad. All three crystals in the Light World, that's pretty good. Let's see if Zephlar does the check. Nope.
I'm a little disappointed.
Sorry, chat. We tried. But yeah, Yuda, as we have mentioned, does not have any bombs, so I figured he's gonna go all the way around to first check the bottle vendor, get a bomb capacity upgrade.
Yeah, if this was V18, that would have been useful, but unfortunately.
Good point. Now that they started with the Cane of Samaria.
Surprisingly, buying a heart in the shop there, even though
that's a rare one, yeah.
9 times out of 10, you're just gonna save and quit after doing Kakariko.
Yeah.
And there's no danger in here except bombing yourself.
Alright. Bunch of heart pieces here. More bombs. More hearts, more money.
And it's a pretty rich seed so far. Zephlar actually opting to not take all the rupees in the well there.
Yeah.
Which is cool. A little scary.
Usually you grab those on the way.
Yeah. Unless I get like the 800 rupee target, I'm probably going to be picking up all the rupees I can.
Alright, let's see what Blind Hut has got to offer. That's probably the glove here somewhere.
Just some love.
A lot of love.
Ah, money.
Eh.
Honestly, as a runner of middling quality, I am pretty happy to see lots of heart containers early on.
I mean, it does, yeah. It does make you think a little bit, you know, maybe get a more relaxed approach to some things.
Yeah, or more willingness to explore an early Dark World.
Well, we do have the Moon Pearl already, but missing a couple other things. But yeah, after this, there's really, since Kakariko is pretty much empty, there's not much that they can go to, so I assume they would just take the standard route to the dam and the mini Moldon cave.
Yeah.
That would be the most items they can get for now.
Yeah, if they had the bow in hand, I wouldn't be surprised if they'd go to Eastern first before the South Shore.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially considering neither of them have Zora money yet. And with the Moon Pearl in hand, they could easily fake Flipper up to Zora. But it's also entirely possible that Mini Moldorm Cave has another 300 rupees or what have
definitely.
you.
More hearts.
And
There's a lot of hearts here.
yeah. This is one of those cases where I kind of wish, if I were these players, that I had just bit the bullet and went through the the time trial, because I'm not going to turn down a free heart container if I've already bit it.
I think what I would like to see here is if someone would actually start with the Mini Moldorm cave and then go to the left over the dam, then into the desert with the book. That would probably not be. I mean, you have the book early, so it kind of might maybe hint at that.
Ooh. So yeah, the Sphere 1 book is always very suspect, pointing towards deserts, especially if you get a boot like boots as well.
Yeah.
Zephlar tried to delete a block, but I think he forgot it was the mirror that you needed to do that. He does have the hook shot in hand, so he could have just used the hook shot while pushing the block to get that chest. It's actually somewhat tight on the timing, though.
It is, but yeah.
Whereas the mirror strat is like
free,
literally free.
Just spam.
And Zephlar is actually going towards Desert Palace.
Deciding to skip on Mini Moldorm Cave, though. That is a bit risky, I want to say. Like, I mean, there's 5 items in there, which you can get easily, especially with the hook shot.
Both of them are going that way.
Huh, interesting.
Personally, I would rather go towards the Mini Moldorm Cave. As you said, there's 5 items there. There's also the Ice Rod Cave. There's also Zora potentially in the works. And any of those things could have had your fire source. You could have had your boots necessary to actually complete the dungeon.
Yeah.
Ooh. There's a fire source.
There's a fire source. That makes. I mean, they can't even complete the desert without the power glove to begin with.
Yeah.
But they don't even have the appropriate equipment to kill the land molars.
Nothing but a piece of heart on the ledge there. Oftentimes, when you get the early book, that's where you're going to see your progression, just because a lot of the times you're going to end up with pretty much everything in Desert locked behind the boots.
So we're going to find out if this is boots locked.
I like this hookshot strat in desert. If you don't have the boots.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of things that hookshot does make it a little bit easier. Wow.
Unfortunately,
I didn't even know you could. What?
Yep.
I did not know that was possible. Cool.
All right, there's our big key.
Probably not boot locked. Maybe. Small key could still be on the torch.
Yeah.
Nope,
Okay.
just the compass.
Boots are not required.
Not yet.
Now. This is now an El Mega seed.
Dang.
I mean, not really.
Small key. At this point, I want to say that they're gonna find something in desert. That seems pretty likely at this point. Getting the book that early, not being boost locked, you have 2 chests that they can access right now on the right side.
Yeah, even if the small key was on the torch there, this dungeon isn't considered completable by the logic. Because the logic assumes you're going to use keys in the worst possible manner.
Never mind, only 1 item. Wow. That is pretty rude. I can't even blame any one of them for this decision, but that book is meh. Maybe that's why someone just left it in the forest.
Yeah. Power Glove is probably coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, it almost has to be Power Glove, maybe the flute.
But if
then
Power
again,
Glove comes up soon, do these guys come back here?
You mean to desert? Or I mean, the thing is that they can't really defeat Lamolas right now. All right, let's see what we got in here. A bunch of arrows. How is there nothing in here? Bombos. Wow. That is weird, to say the least.
So Yuta is going nowhere.
Yeah.
It's very easy to forget that you actually need glove there, even though in vanilla, that's how you get to the boss. You find the glove in the big chest.
But again, even if he has the gloves, though, like how is he supposed to kill the Lamolas? Yeah.
The cane.
Well, I mean, good luck with that. I wonder
It
if
is in
that
the
actually,
logic.
I guess it would be, but man, that is brutal.
Even Burna is in the logic for the Landmolas, unless I'm mistaken.
Oh, nice shovel there. Okay, so Zephlar probably is going to fake flipper here, as he's not saving and quitting.
Yeah, that's good. Does have the Zora money. Yuta pulled off a really good mini Moldorm cave there. 3 quick bombs and it was over.
So again, doing the fake flippers with the Moon Pearl allows you to actually go into the waterfall cave and actually pick up those 2 chests, which makes the fake flippers with the Moon Pearl a lot more attractive than without. It's a bit finicky to get though, so for those who have no idea what fake flippers actually is, so normally you obviously need the flippers to swim in the water, but if you move exactly 1 pixel away from a screen transition, as soon as you jump into the water, you get 1 pixel of movement. And if that 1 pixel leads you to a screen transition, you actually can bypass the game's trigger to check, oh, does he have the flippers or not? So Zephlar is able to swim without the flippers right now. Has to be careful though, if he gets hit just once, he will just die. Like the original game, you just soft-lock the game.
And Zephlar is going for the hobo here. You can actually just trigger another fake flipper coming out of here. It's kind of precise, but not that difficult to set up.
Yeah.
And Yuta notably skipping out on the Ice Rod Cave. That did yield us the shovel, so if the shovel has anything important, could be a win for Zephlar.
Oh yeah. It's pretty rough to leave out the Ice Rod Cave at this point because if you don't have any progression item at all, you really hate going back to the Ice Rod Cave without any without the boots or the flute, you know.
Yeah, Yuda actually saving and quitting. I guess his rupees weren't found.
His only destination right now can be Eastern. There's no other place he can go right now. Oh no! Oh, Zephlar! Oh no! That is bad.
Yeah. That's a really bad feeling to get clocked right at the end.
So yeah, again, because if you take damage, the game actually does the check again if you have the flippers, and again they just realize, well, you don't have the flippers, you're not supposed to swim. So that's why the initial game just soft locks, but yeah, in this case, they removed that and just made you just die instantly. That's a very unfortunate death.
Oh! Our first sword and powder! Just behind Sahasrara. He's holding out on us.
Oh my! Are you serious? Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
That's interesting.
Okay, well, this... Oh man.
So that is a huge win for Zephlar.
It is, and it is especially good for him because he does have the hook shot. But you know what's interesting is actually the hook shot is still out of logic because it was behind the bombs, and like Yuda does not have a way to get to the hook shot right now. So the hook shot is technically right now still sequence breaked or sequence broken.
We can walk back through the castle.
Is it? Yeah, actually you can, right? Yeah, I'm an idiot. Never mind.
So here's the thing. What happens if Yuda finds the cape in here? Or a Master Sword?
Oh, that would be actually no. No. No, he's just gonna find a couple useless things, then he's gonna realize, oh no, I have to go back there. Then he's gonna realize, yeah, that's really bad for Yuda.
Now, Yuda could find something useful in here that isn't necessarily required for progression, like the boots, which could give him an edge, especially if Zephlar decides to put off Eastern until, say, he gets the bow.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, so if the hookshot is actually required to... Like, if both glow up upgrades are hookshot locked, that is terrible news for Yuda because he has to walk all the way through the castle again.
Yeah, so far this seed is playing out like a public service announcement. Like, farm your bombs, kids. Don't stay out after 10 p.m.
Yeah. Let's see what the Spectacle Rock Cave has to offer.
Oh,
That's again bad news for Yuda. Oh no.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
You know, I was about to say Yuda has the advantage that he does have the sword, and Zephlar might not check the Sahasrara hut for a while, but with that bow, that seems a bit more likely.
Yeah, and any advantage I think Yuda had for any potential items he's finding in here just went out the window.
Yeah, and you know what's gonna be the worst thing? Yuda is, if he does not find anything in here, Yuda will go back to the Ice Rod Cave, he will find the flute, he will flute up here, he will find the bow, and then he will go back here, because he obviously does not want to go back to get the hook shot, because this, you can still get this with just the flute.
Right.
That's probably how, I would assume it's how it will pan out.
Yeah, but it looks like there's no way.
Zephlar getting sniped.
That's not the greatest, but it's also not that bad. But there's no glove that isn't hookshot blocked on the mountain here. So even if he went to the mountain, he wouldn't get that glove. So I'm pretty sure, unless glove is at Armos, I wasn't really counting items during Eastern Palace, that Yuda's gonna have to go through the castle once more.
Yeah. Yeah, Yuda is going to be very, very disappointed with when he finds the flute and he gets the bow. I mean, I don't know, maybe he will go back through the castle, but I assume that he will go back to Eastern.
The lack of glove or hammer at this point is kind of suspect, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
And the threatening one item required to get to Aga 1.
I mean, Zephlar at this point almost, he has to find something in here. Like, again, probably the first glove.
Nope!
Oh no.
There's 2 methods to Aga 1
Oh no.
in this room.
That's not what I meant! That is not what I meant.
This is like a thing that whenever I get an Aga seed, it always seems like it doesn't just get me one way to Aga 1, it gets me more than one. I always get the sword and the cape.
The game is like, okay, let me be crystal clear where you have to go. Wink, wink. Oh man, I mean, Yuda, he must already be like on tilt. Like, this is already like the worst start ever you could ever imagine. He's gonna find the flute, he's gonna dig out the flute, and he's gonna feel even more... He's gonna feel terrible after finding that bow.
And the problem is, unless like distinct progression is at Armos, like he's just gonna do Eastern Palace early.
Yeah.
When he could have done it later on when he had the boots. I mean, Zephlar's almost definitely going to Eastern Palace and is going to do it, you know, walking through it. But Zephlar...
Oh, never mind!
Oh my.
I mean, but that still doesn't change the fact that we probably have to do Agahnim.
Yeah.
But that means that, yeah, it is definitely hookshot locked. I mean, the normal... I guess I could do Lamolas now.
Yeah. And Lenmos does have an item.
Lenmos definitely does have, yeah.
Lenmos could have mitts or hammer, and that is our one saving grace here.
Yep. Dude, can you imagine Titan Miss on Lamolas? Dude, that's like disgusting. That's just disgusting. Interesting, Zephlar going into Eastern before checking Sarasrala's hut, so he does not get the Master Sword for this.
Yeah.
Which is not that big of a deal. I mean, you usually just kill the most important things with the bow anyway.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Oh, there's also Sick Kid.
Yeah, I was about to say the same. Yeah, we do have Sick Kids still on the map. I forgot about that.
Yuda's actually going to check Sick Kid right this second.
I mean, it's I guess. I mean, you can just flute back up there and just don't lose any time. But yeah.
I think Yuda might think he's a bit behind. Oh my goodness! Oh my god!
Oh. Oh man, like, I mean, does he just go straight to Agahnim right now? Like, I mean, he already must be thinking, okay, this is an Agahnim seed, like, why do I even go up there, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do if you're Yuda? Like, if you just find the bow there, do you really go back to Eastern for that one boss? Like Armos does have an item, but oh man, this is a very tough decision. I feel like if in Yuda's position, if you feel already very behind, you might actually, you might just try to just go for the Agahnim kill, but on the other hand, Yuda does not really have a way to move in the Dark World. Like, even if he does kill the Agahnim, he does not have the hookshot, so he technically can't do anything.
Yuda is not happy about seeing that bow.
I would not be either.
This scene is absolutely bonkers so far.
It's really brutal. Like, I really feel so. I just feel bad, like, for Yuda right now. This is just one of the worst combinations that could have possibly happened.
How much do you want to bet Yuda is gonna spend a little bit extra time trying to farm a bomb his next race?
Yeah, probably.
Meanwhile, Zephlar is gonna be heading to Armos here.
Yeah, Yuda goes straight back for Eastern. Can't blame him. Like, his only I'm actually not sure if he realizes that he can go get the 3 items. I really hope he does. Otherwise, this could be a problem. Man, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Again, this is still likely going to be an Agahnim seed. There's only, I think there's only the items on both bosses, like Armos and Lamos left. I don't think we have another option at this point. The Power Glove is nice, but it doesn't give you anything.
Yeah, except landmos and...
Yeah.
I don't know. This seed could be nice right now, or it could be very mean.
Mm-hmm.
And requiring runners to go through 2... I mean, these are crystal dungeons at least, but 2 light world dungeons without the boots, without a great source of damage. It's a little scary.
It's most likely going to be an Agahnim. We do have Landmolus, we do have Zora in logic with the... Actually, yeah, Zora. I guess Zora gets opened up with the Power Glove.
Thankfully, Zephlar doesn't forget these items.
Mm-hmm. And this is, again, bad news for Yuda. Nothing on Armos. That's just extra salt to the injury.
I think the best thing, just for troll potential, would have been a sword upgrade at Armos. I mean, it's good to see, but I feel the trolliest seeds are the ones where you get like Butter Sword 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
You're just gonna do a nice quick kill here on Armos. At least attempt it.
Looking good.
Perfect.
Perfectly done.
Zephlar opting to go into desert before checking Sick Kid. Gonna have a bit of a harder time with Landmos.
It's gonna be interesting if he tries to do the fake flipper glitch again, because there could totally be either the hammer or the Titan Smiths in, in the waterfall cave. And since they do have 500 rupees, they could go for it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yuda does not have enough money.
Yeah, I would definitely do that, especially because Zora is in logic. Yuda is going directly to Aga, though.
Well, let's see if he goes to Aga or if he goes...
Yeah, that's true. could be going to get that hook shot. Going to Aga.
Yep, going to Aga. I am actually not sure if he realizes that he can, like, that those things are available to him still.
Yeah, previous versions of the randomizer just blocked that door off, and you would, like those 3 chests and the darkroom chest there were blocked by the glove. But not anymore.
Okay, I really hope for Yuda, I really hope that Lamolus does not have anything. If there's something, if there's like a hammer or the Titan's mitts, it's like, oh man, I don't want to be here anymore then. But it's a good play again.
I mean, the writing was definitely on the wall that Aga is probably required.
Yeah.
Zephlar having little luck with arrows on Landmolus. Instead, switching to the Master Sword. I don't even know. Like, if you had the Master Sword in the NMG run, would it be faster than a relatively optimal arrow strat? I mean, it's all moot. You don't have the Master Sword then.
Yeah.
So I guess that just about confirms it.
Alright, nothing on... Yeah.
Or wait, no, there is still Zora.
There is Zora, yeah. And we're gonna find out... Oh, Zephlar is thinking very hard right now. Do I want to do the fake flipper? Let's see. Does he want... He could go for the fake flipper, or he could go straight to Agahnim.
Checking Sick Kid first.
Oh yeah, he's grabbing his temper.
Or taking a bit of a route to Sick Kid.
Now
I'm personally
again,
hoping. Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. I was just saying, like, again, the problem with Yuda right now is that he does not have any way to actually walk in the Dark World. He doesn't have the hammer, he doesn't have the hook shot, doesn't have flippers. Like, he can literally only check the pyramid item and go into pod, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, actually, he does have the bow, so he will be able to clear out pod except for Helmasaur. So that's a plus. And it's something Zephlar is probably going to do anyway.
Yep.
The thing is, if there is no progression, there is no hammer in Palace of Darkness, or like, I don't know, mirror and the hammer to get to that glove.
Alright, we see Zephlar, his second attempt to do the fake flippers. Please don't get sniped again.
Yeah, but yeah, if there's no distinct progression in Palace of Darkness that gets him to the rest of the Dark World, he's still going to have to come back to the Light World and find out hook shots, and proceed from there.
This could be big for Zephlar. Bunch of money.
One saving grace: if Yuda does find another glove in Palace of Darkness or on the pyramid or something, he will be able to do Dark World's Death Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially saving a trip up there.
Like, the biggest items Yuda could probably find right now are either the glove or the hammer. If he finds either of those, then that could be a saving grace for him. Let's see. Meanwhile, Zephlar making his way to Zora.
Nothing but a boomerang on the pyramid today.
What does Zora have to say for this?
Oof.
Just a little bit of love.
Alright. So is that, we're gonna say it actually confirmed now?
Yep. Yeah, Yuda, Yeah, Yuda can't even get to Catfish. He does not have a glove or the flippers. You need one of those things to get there.
And Zephlar just can't believe that he has to go to Agahnim.
He's like, is there not another thing that I can check right now? No, do I really have to?
Yes, you do. Unfortunately.
I hope he does realize it. Does he actually have enough? Yeah, he does have enough money left. Okay, cool. Zephlar, think hard. Think more. Oh man, he has... I don't think he... I don't know if he doesn't realize right now that he can do Agahnim.
I would hope he realizes at least he can do Agahnim, but he's just trying to think of any locations he might have missed before committing.
I think what's happening here is he's probably using a tracker, and all of his locations are red right now. And he's thinking, oh man, I must have missed something. That is something that might happen, you know, if you're just so like focused on your tracker, you see only red things, because Agahnim doesn't show up as something green, you know, if you use the map tracker.
Yeah, this is the situation you really don't want to be in as a runner. Looks like Zephlar might actually be checking the pedestal.
I mean, that's great for us and for the chat, but that doesn't help us right now. But I guess get hyped for the pedestal check.
I'm pretty hyped.
I definitely am.
Yuda's opting to go to the Bowlock side of Palace of Darkness despite getting a small key, which is kind of interesting.
And the price is a little piece of love. Not exactly what people were hoping for, I guess.
So is this it? Are we finally throwing in the towel? Well,
no, Zephlar doesn't realize.
Not going to Aga, I guess.
Oh, Zephlar! I guess he's making the race more interesting. He's double checking. He thinks he thinks he forgot something.
Yeah, I mean, I am a bit surprised that he's forgotten about Aga.
Right, Yuda can't progress anymore, so he either has to he probably death warps here. Oh, never mind. I want to say death warp would be a faster option here, but no, looks like he will just walk back. Oh no, Zephlar. I would almost bet money on the fact that he's using a map tracker right now, and he just sees everything red, and he's just thinking in his head, okay, where did I forget to check an item right now? I think that's what's happening.
Oh.
No, that's not.
It was close.
Every time he uses the flute, we're just like, yeah.
Every time I see him hover over the 4, it's where I'm...
Stop! Yep. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Yep. Good direction.
We got it. We're in there.
I think we're in there.
I mean, he even has Tempered Sword at this point.
Yeah.
The climb is going to be a breeze.
All right, I think we're safe here. Make the race a little bit more interesting, though.
So Yuda, fully clearing out the front end of House of Darkness, is going to head into the back.
I think he found 100% keys so far, right? Including the big key. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so an interesting thing about Palace of Darkness routing is that there's always at least four small keys in the front half of the dungeon, including this chest here. And if you say don't go to the vanilla big key chest, which is locked by a key, and you've already found, or rather you haven't found 4 keys yet, you can assume that is just a key for a key, and you could just skip it. And in the backside here, there's always 2 keys. In this chest here, where Yuda's at, the chest in the room below, and downstairs, if he goes to, down into that dark room. And if you don't find 2 small keys in that chest or the 2 chests in the basement, you can assume correctly that the chest in that locked door in the Harmless Hellway is actually a small key, and avoid checking it.
I'm surprised to see. Oh my god! What did we just say about the swords? Yeah.
Yep, 45-minute potential butter sword.
Alright, and as soon as Yuda picks up these 3 remaining chests here, that's all he can do right now.
Yeah, honestly, for Yuda's sake, he probably doesn't want to find anything that's going to progress him.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to force him back into the light world to finally go pick up the hookshot, finally go, grab the glove, grab everything in East Dark World, or East Death Mountain.
Nope, nothing.
That was...
Dang, pot completely empty. So at this point, Yuda has to go through the castle to get his hookshot. And I think, again, he doesn't realize that he can't do that. It's really a shame that both players hit a stalemate situation here, but you can see, he doesn't know.
Well, he's starting at Link's house, which is a good start.
That is a good start. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a bad, but you can't go through there anymore,
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he has to drop down, fall on the uncle.
Well, it's still the same direction, right?
Yeah, but again, he doesn't realize. Please don't go through there, Yuda. Please don't go through there. No, no, no! Into saving quit.
I never understood. I never understood as a kid why that took you to the Dark World.
Yeah, I know.
I still don't understand it.
Oh, that's so terrible for Yuda right now. He just doesn't realize that he has to go back through the castle to get his hookshot.
Well, he's gonna save and quit. Hopefully remember there is another way into the castle. Does start back at Link's house. Does go back up north to the castle, while Zephlar finishes off Aga 1. Now, does Zephlar go into Palace of Darkness, or does Zephlar just go to the West Dark World?
I don't think so. I think if you have a hookshot, that's like you just want to go to the left, to the western side of Dark World.
Yeah, I can see going either way. You do have the bow in hand and the lamp, so every single chest in Palace of Darkness is in logic, except for
Yes. Yeah. I guess it wouldn't be a bad play, but
now the bigger question is: does Zephlar go to Catfish, which is my favorite?
In the meantime, I want to say that Yuda might actually be safe here. Yep, that looks good.
Yeah, this is gonna be not a very pleasant realization.
Yep.
Once he picks up that
I expect at least 6 sword slashes.
And Zephlar is actually going to Catfish. Hopefully Catfish has something for us today. Now, another question. Does Yuda... Actually, yeah, Yuda does still need a glove or flippers or hammer to actually get into the West Dark World. So yeah, Yuta does have to go to the mountain. Ooh. Getting a little shield from our fishy friend today.
Mm-hmm. You know what's actually even the worst part? As soon as Yuta picks up his hook shot, he must think that he did Agahnim for nothing. That was it. You know, he must think that the progression is on Death Mountain right now. Well, here comes the moment.
Oof.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that was I think it was 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Can definitely feel the pain here. And 3 slashes even after a respawn. I feel so bad for Yuta right now. Like he just you're just on maximum tilt at this point. Really.
Yeah. And the problem with that is that really impacts your play, like, and your routing and everything. Like you really need to be in the right frame of mind to do these randomizer races, and yeah, you really don't want to be on tilt.
Mm-hmm. He probably will feel a little bit better when he realized that he actually had to do Agahnim still.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you get a Quake in Bumper Cave.
A quack.
Zephlar going to pick it up. We don't know if we need it or not, but I mean, it's a small time investment for something you may or may not need.
Yeah, I completely missed the map check, by the way. So it looks like Swamp Palace Green Pendant, Skullwoods and Misery Mire are the other pendants. Which means that Turtle Rock is required. So that cane is actually useful. Alright, where do you go now if you're Zephlar?
Looks like he's just going to be heading into the Village of Outcasts. Can't say I blame him. Doesn't have the fire rod.
Yeah. Let's be careful to not die though!
Don't! Oh, there's our butter sword.
Death there is like the worst thing ever because you have to walk all the way back because like, you can only access Dark Worlds from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
From through Aghanim's tower.
Yeah, Zephlar should honestly probably just take a death here. If you die without leaving the dungeon, you're just going to end up back in that room anyway. So unless you really want to bank on not taking any damage until you leave Skullwoods and go to the overworld, I'd rather just take the quick death warp. Ooh.
Wow, that blue mail saving him there. Zephlar.
All right. I had to step away for a second. I assumed Zephlar actually died on the overworlds in the Dark World and got sent back to the pyramid. Or wait, no, he doesn't have the mirror. Anyway, Yuda is heading back into Desert Palace. Looks like he's going to be finishing off Lanmolas once and for all. Fortunately, not getting anything great out of the deal. Whereas Zephlar is going to be heading into Palace of Darkness and not really picking up much of anything either, except for the Butter Sword. Hope. Oh. Are we back? All right.
Test again.
Hello, Jenya.
Hi. Glad we get to hear each other again.
Yeah.
Hello, chat. I guess.
Yep. Apologize for that outage. So, I guess to catch us up, Yuda might actually have a bit of an advantage now. He's in Skull Woods. Won't be able to finish it, but we'll be able to clear all these items. I don't believe there's anything useful so far. He also picked up Quake, just like Zephlar did. And Zephlar needs to hookshot back across the river to get to West Dark World.
Yeah, I think what happened, Zephlar died on the way to Village of Outcasts, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then he decided to go back, or to go actually into Pod, which we already know had absolutely nothing. So yeah.
Yeah. So Thieves Town most likely has a progression, or maybe going all the way to Hype Cave, which is the entire Dark World loop right there.
Yep. Who knows, we might even have to go all the way into the Hype Cave. Do the full circle.
Yuda is having a bit of trouble with this bomb jump. Might actually just take a death. And yeah, just gonna take a death. Maybe not.
You can.
Yeah.
You could have still done it, but yeah.
And Zephlar is heading into the Village of Outcasts.
Again.
Again. This time with a bit more health.
Yeah, I want to say both of these runners must feel absolutely terrible right now.
Yeah, it hasn't been a kind seed, and things have been going wrong for everybody. Not even the runners. Like, Discord's having troubles too. And
Yep.
like Friday the 13th isn't even today; it's tomorrow. Is this like a preview?
I guess for me it already is Friday the 13th, so I don't know if that counts.
That is true. Forgot about time zones. So maybe you're the cursed one.
Dang. Can't even argue against that.
It's okay.
Anyway, Zephlar, I think he found Ether right there, so we do have our full set of medallions.
Interesting. Having all the medallions is nice. It means you feel less pressure to visit Dark Death Mountain or Misery Mire.
Mm-hmm.
You know Misery Mire is a pendant, and you're probably going to want to go there anyway just because it's a really quick check. Zephlar, again, on very low health. This is not a great dungeon to be low health on, but
Yep.
thankfully, it does remember you can hit a bunny beam while it's stationary with the powder to turn it into a fairy.
Actually remembers that it's there. That's probably the important part. Yeah, I can only assume that Yuda is actually following Zephlar right up ahead. There are the Titan Smiths. Finally.
That's It's good to see. We can get to the Mire area now, speaking of Mire. We can probably get into Mire too. We do have the hook shot.
Clear it. How about that?
Ugh. And it is a pendant.
Yeah. Oh, you started with that, I mean.
I mean, we do have a lot of sword upgrades, so at least Vitreous won't be that much of a pain.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, Zephlar does have the butter sword as well as Yuda. So we're fully kitted out in swords. Do still need to see red mail and a few shields to make it our arsenal complete. Having the mitts is a little... Ugh. I just really hope we find a mirror soon, because the mitts without the mirror, that opens up the dwarves in the purple chest. And having to save and quit to carry the dwarf home, or the purple chest, you know, out of the dark world, is just a real pain.
Yeah, it's always a tough one.
Oh, there's our red mail.
That's pretty good. Pretty well equipped for the upcoming adventures.
So yeah, while it seemed like Yuda was very far behind before, that costly death for Zephlar really brought Yuda back into this race.
Yeah, kind of surprised. Like, it really looked like Yuda was just already, you know, gone for good, but worked his way back. I think I think the small key. Yeah, I was about to say the small key is actually in the big chest, which is nice because neither of our runners have the hammer, so they don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, in previous versions of the randomizer, I would always like to skip over Thieves Town until I found the hammer, unless... I guess in a situation like this, where you didn't have any good way of getting to Thieves Town again, like that was the only reason, was because that big chest. And nowadays, it's a lot more likely that you're going to have a situation like this, where either the small key is locked inside the big chest, or just some other junk. That, yeah, it's a much better idea to just come in here whenever.
Alright, Zephlar finishing up blind, and with the Titan's Mitt we do have a couple more options available. First of all, we don't have to walk all the way through the annoying castle entrance again to get to the Dark World, so that's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, seeing that Swamp Palace is not required, we might actually see, you know, maybe a fake flipper into Ice Palace. But
I mean,
it's
yeah,
a
sure.
rough one, but you know, the flippers is not necessarily a go mode item. It's, I guess, that's what I was going for.
Yeah,
only if you want to
put that off.
Logic.
I'd put that off until that was like my last dungeon.
Yeah.
Okay, Zephlar is going to be checking the digging game. Now, whether or not Zephlar does decide to grab the dwarf afterwards is another story. I mean, we could find the mirror sometime soon.
Yeah, I think at this point you still want to take the dwarf with you, but I mean, you do have the flute, so you can, you know, you can check Hype Cave and then save and quit and then just mirror back to Kakariko. Flute, not mirror.
Yep, so we're on a bit of a Frog World tour. Probably won't see much more of the world though. Just going down to Hype Cave. Gonna go talk to a kid on a stump.
Poor frog.
You know.
A rich kid on a stump.
Yeah. Yuda's about to finish up blind here, while Zephlar is about to head into Hype Cave. So, in terms of progression, that Mitz opens up Mire area. It opens up all of Mire.
Mm-hmm.
It opens up East Death Mountain, Dark East Death Mountain. And Hype Cave was a complete bust.
Classic Hype Cave.
I'm honestly surprised.
Remember the times where you went into the Hype Cave and you actually found items in there? Good times.
Yeah, but this shakes it up a bit. Zephlar is gonna take the dwarf home, which is, you know, a good idea.
Yeah, so...
Now, will Yuda make the same play?
We'll see. Seems like the most reasonable play. Okay, he picks up the frog first, which means he cannot no longer do the digging game, because the digging game guy is afraid of frogs.
Forget
gonna find out soon.
We have some goosmiths today. 10 rupees for some goo. I'd pay that price.
Probably, yeah. Ooh, Zephlar.
Zephlar getting dead rocked. Everyone's favorite enemy. Alright, so Zephlar is gonna check out Dark Death Mountain, a move I don't disagree with.
Oh yeah, it's a bunch of items. Especially with the hookshot cave. And Yuda pretty much doing the same, following behind Zephlar here.
We do know that the digging game doesn't have anything, but Yuda doesn't, so he might still go back there for a bit of lost time. But if he never goes back there, he does win out a little bit. But unfortunately, it didn't seem like he was making a gamble. He just forgot that that was something you can't do.
Yep.
Yuda also witnessing this very subpar Hype Cave.
Nothing for Zephlar. Yuda actually has to save and quit here. There's nowhere he can go from here on.
Hopefully he remembers he does have the mitts. I mean, he needed the mitts.
Yeah. Pretty sure he does.
Zephlar forgetting something here.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, let's see what kind of medallion. Ether.
It's good. You don't need to find ether.
Yeah, he has ether, so yeah, that's nice.
But yeah, Yuda is going to bring the dwarf back, get his goo.
Forgets that he has the flute, so that he can get there quicker.
So was that nothing good in Hookshot Cave? Nothing good in...
Just
oh wait, one more.
Model.
Oh, never mind. And we can't even enter Turtle Rock, even if we wanted to.
Yeah, this honestly looks like there's something in Mire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want to see progression in your Pendant Mire, but I mean,
we
you're gonna
still
see
do have.
progression.
Yeah, we still do have 2 items before that, so there's that. Well, they can't go into Turtle Rock yet because they're missing the hammer. See if Zephlar also checks the Mire Pen medallion. Looks like he realized. Alright, if there's nothing on the Mire shed, I'm trying to figure out that could. Ooh. Well.
I mean, that's good. You want to see that.
Good, yeah. I mean, maybe Yuda actually grabs the purple chest here to get his mirror, which is the worst item that you can ever find in the purple chest, in the lunchbox.
Yeah, that would be a huge gain, especially if mirror led to something great. Like the Haunted Grove ledge or the Graveyard ledge.
I mean, there's really nothing that he can do otherwise here, so he's probably gonna get that chest and... I'm trying to think if we missed something... Oh no, he's gonna do the digging game first and then get the... Hopefully then he gets the chest. You just returned the frog. There are no more frogs to be returned.
Oh no, no, don't do this. He's gonna forget again. Hopefully he doesn't try to do the digging game this time.
Oh please no, please no. No, Yuda, don't go there, please don't go there, please no. Okay, I mean someone has to tell him that the digging game guy does not only not like frogs, but he also hates chests, you know, he just hates them.
Yeah, that's why he buries the stuff. Like, he just buries stuff every day. Yeah. He doesn't put it in a chest. He hates chests.
Oh my god, please. It doesn't work.
Yeah, he doesn't even like it if they're, like...
Yes.
Well, at least he'll be able to check the chest. And again, if it does have progression, that's going to be great for him. Especially if it's the mirror.
You know, the digging guy is just like, you see that purple chest 5 kilometers away there? I don't like it. You are not allowed to dig here. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, in the meantime, Zephlar actually died, unfortunately. Ooh, there's the mirror. Ooh.
That's not good for Yuda.
Yeah, that... pretty much really... Oh, where are you taking that? Nope.
That's even worse.
Oh, he gets a big 20.
Okay, so Yuda does have to go to the Mire area.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he will be doing that. Now, the question is, does he go into Mire? Or is he... I mean, assuming... You kind of have to, right? I mean, East Death Mountain is there, but... You're committed, right?
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, you want to get the second item, which I don't think he has found yet. There we go.
Half magic.
Yep. And I think Zephlar already knows that there's nothing on the pedestal, so there's absolutely no benefit for him to finish off here.
Yeah. That was a bit of an advantageous check that both of these runners actually could have made right at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, having the mirror, Zephlar correctly remembers that there's quite the cave here. So Yuda's not too far behind, honestly. Going into Mire, Zephlar didn't finish Mire, he just got the 2 items out of it. The thing is, Yuda does not know that it's not a pedestal seed.
Yep. Uh-oh, Zephlar. Uh-oh. That's a lot of dead rocks there. Okay. Yeah, probably, yeah, going to Tower of Hera. Definitely a good choice.
Yeah, that is a good choice. But with a seed like this, the progression obviously has to be at the graveyard ledge, right?
Of course, obviously. I mean, we still need 100%. We still need the hammer and the fire rod, and the logic also requires the flippers. Although flippers are not technically needed to finish this game or this seed. Ooh, Yuda has to be careful here to not take a death here. Those spikes deal a lot. No, he's gonna die. Does he still have fairy?
No.
Nope.
Now the question is, do you go back in or do you just leave with the mirror in hand?
That is a good question. I mean, he would miss out on half magic, but
Nope, just yeah. And again, Yuda does not know that it's not a pedestal seed, so
I really hope for him that as soon as he grabs half magic that he gets out of here, but like, I want to say, even if you don't know what's on the pedestal, this is such a long dungeon to complete. I mean, I would not take that time loss, I want to say, just for the pedestal. For the very, very slim chance of there being a pedestal seat. But again, who knows, like, Yuda might also just feel terribly behind, and he might, you know, go for a very bold play here.
Mm-hmm. So what is Hera going to yield for us today?
Yeah, I mean, one thing is for sure, both runners must feel absolutely behind at this point.
Yeah, many things have gone wrong. Yuda is actually going to go...
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
To this room.
Yeah, it's unfortunately more time loss for Yuda, because he will probably only find a small key there. Oh, so he has to do this with the lamp, which takes even longer.
Yep, Zephlar is going to be confronting Moldorm with Butter Sword, everybody's...
Ooh, and into the middle hole. That's twice as bad as into any other.
Yeah, that's a Troll Dorm, alright.
Yeah.
I was gonna say everybody's favorite method of dispatching Moldorm, but... I mean, it's gonna be extra sweet when Zephlar actually finishes him off now.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to take it really safe, you could just equip the cape and just, you know, just slash him while invisible.
Yuda just getting a compass for his effort there. Not even the big...
No! I don't know why I'm laughing, sorry. That's actually terrible, but...
At least this time it was just one floor.
Yeah. The thing is, like, if you fall down to Molorm like multiple times, it just it's starting to weigh on your mind, you know. Right,
so Yuda did not immediately leave, which is
no.
Which means he's probably going to complete the dungeon.
No. That is very unfortunate. Also, did he already pick up the key here?
Well, I guess not. And Zephlar, unfortunately, also having to go back into into Hera. You're not gonna leave Hera basement when you're this starved for a hammer.
Yeah. I can definitely see that. Like, this is probably something you should do at this point. There's not that many locations that are left to check, actually. Like, as you mentioned, Graveyard Ledge is a thing. And the South of Grove, we can mirror out there.
Right.
I'm trying to think, but I think that's actually it. Am I missing something?
Nope. I think that's it.
Can't get into ice. Can't get anything more in pod. So yeah, doing basement here is definitely not a bad choice. I'm not sure if Yuda actually realized that he already has both items out of that dungeon. Cause like he just, you know, was still looking for stuff, so oh, okay, Zephlar forgot to count items. That's bad then.
Yeah, that was a miscount. Zephlar now has, what, 2 options available to him? I don't know if there's anything Yuda has done that Zephlar hasn't done yet.
There's still Bombo's tablet, actually.
Ooh, that is correct. But that also needs the mirror. So that's three options.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, exactly.
And Ether tab. Oh, wait,
he checked
Ether
the...
tablet?
He did Ether tablet, yeah. I'm not sure... Was there something on the floating island? I don't think so. So I'm unsure what he is going for here.
He might have forgotten to check it.
Maybe.
I don't recall seeing anything good there, but it's
I
entirely
think it
possible.
was... Yeah, I think it was nothing, but I'm not sure.
Just a bottle.
Green potion. Yeah, no, they can't get into Ice Palace right now because they don't have the flippers. Like, okay, I guess they could with fake flippers, but again, like, by the logic, it's not a thing. But yeah, Zephlar still has the lunchbox, the purple chest left open.
Yeah, he might also be checking the Graveyard Ledge.
I think he's just gonna do one giant tour here. Starting with the Graveyard Ledge and then going down, picking up the chest, taking the chest with them, then going for the 2 remaining mirror locations. Or just
not going for Graveyard Ledge.
That could be costly.
Because yeah, this is good either way, because if you pick up the chest and walk it down, you can hit the Haunted Grove ledge along the way. You can deliver the chest, and then you can do the Bombos tablet all in one go. You can also do this too. However, if this isn't Hammer, he's locked himself out of that portal. So Zephlar better hope that this is Hammer.
That is correct. This will be a troll hammer location.
Ooh.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Yeah! I guess, yeah.
What a seed.
That is a location. Wow. That is actually Man.
So Zephlar is going directly back into Palace of Darkness. I don't really blame him, and
yeah,
we are what, 1 item away from go mode.
Yeah, like fire rod. Again, like if you want to talk glitchless, then you need flippers as well. But yeah.
I hope this isn't a Fire Rod in Palace of Darkness scenario. Or not Palace of Darkness, the Turtle Rock scenario. Especially if it's like a laser bridge.
Oh yeah, that's the worst. I mean, we've seen Zephlar doing fake flip. I don't think Yuda has done fake flip. Did he? Don't think he did. So I'm not sure if he is familiar with or fine with that. Speaking of,
well, you did fake flipper earlier.
Yuda did fake flipper, really?
Yeah, he did not know how to do the fake flippers from Hobo, though.
Oh, yeah, you're right, you're right.
So he didn't visit this location.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that there's nothing good, I don't think, anywhere around here. Not even in the waterfall cave.
Yeah.
Zephlar forgetting he does have the cane of Samari in his hands at the very moment. At this very moment. Okay, so Zephlar is on his way to Helmosaur, while Yuda is heading up to East Death Mountain. Oh, or Hera? No. Is this Yuda's first trip to Dark Death Mountain?
I'm trying to think. I think he did not go here yet, so yeah, this is probably a reasonable play. It would be a reasonable play if his stream would actually...
Yeah, there are 6 items he can get here. It's a real low-hanging fruit. It does take some time investment to get up to this area, but I don't think it's that bad.
Now we're missing Zephlar's stream. We'll be right back. Just give us a little bit of patience. So yeah, we do know that there's nothing really. No, there was nothing. It was just a bottle, I think, with a fairy.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, there we go. Back on track. Zephlar on his Helmosaur fight should have not a difficult time with Butter Sword as well. Just takes 17 hits with the hammer and then 2 slashes with the Butter Sword.
I think Yuda was serenading us with his thoughts on this seed so far, while he was going out into the dark world there. Didn't look like anything good was on Helmosaur.
I think Yuda also checked the medallion on Turtle Rock.
Yep.
At least he
Zephlar's
was up there.
up to 5 crystals. He could technically do Ice Palace right now, but I very highly doubt he will.
I honestly would say that's a very good move. You know, there could be something really disgusting like flippers in TR into Fire Rod in Ice Palace. And I think that's exactly what he's going to do. Yep.
I guess I don't disagree with it. If we had everything we needed for Turtle Rock, I would say let's do it, but yeah.
I think this is a good play. Again, something like flippers in TR is absolutely likely. So...
Yeah, but so is Flippers and Fire Rod in TR.
I mean, yeah, but... Gonna find out. I mean, he has everything to clear Ice Palace, so...
Alright, so Yuda... Looks like Yuda's heading to Hera.
Yeah.
Which is actually... I like this. I mean, it's a crystal. We have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So... And you can also check Aether Tablet, which has nothing. So another thing, after Zephlar finishes Ice Palace, he'll also have the Pyramid Fairy available to him.
Yep. That's another one. True.
Now, having Fire Rod at the Pyramid Fairy is like... I think that's like the worst possible place it could be, except for maybe...
It's a tough one, yeah.
deep in swamp, left side swamp.
Please no. No jinxing. No jinxing. We don't want to set a foot into the swamp here.
Yeah. Happy Friday the 13th, everyone. Alright, so Zephlar's having a reasonable time so far in Palace of Darkness. We'll probably be doing the Ice Palace bomb jump here. Hopefully, let's practice that quite a bit.
Kind of difficult to do it with the Buttersaur because it's 1 pixel wider than Tempered and Master.
Is it?
If you're using the sword as a mark.
I thought it was the same width as Tempered.
Isn't it 1 wider? I thought it was 1 wider actually.
The major difference, I believe, comes from fighters to Master Sword.
Yeah, well, that's definitely.
Oof.
Ooh.
Eudaimonistic going for a bomb jump. Unfortunately, this bomb jump, if you fail it, you're gonna fall down 2 stories, just like getting trolled on. And very likely, you're gonna end up on the other side of those pegs like he did.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you're in a position like Yuda, you might already, you're on a somewhat of in a tilt situation where you already think, man, I've done so many things wrong. There's so many things that just didn't work out for me. Failing stuff like that, or going for somewhat difficult bomb jumps can definitely be an issue.
Yeah, Zephlar taking a interesting route through Ice Palace here. Most players would either go back upstairs and then fall down the trap room, or bomb jump across that pit.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like he's going to be taking the long way through.
Yeah,
it's not that much longer, but... Hopefully Yuda has been counting items. That could give him a little bit of an advantage, because Zephlar did actually, go into the basement, even though he didn't have to.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So we have all kinds of keys now in Ice Palace. Zephlar can check the right side of it now.
Yeah, I think that's all keys. So the rest should be... I guess the big key is still missing.
No, he found the big key.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Check the big chests. And Yuda gonna fall for another trap here. This is another place where players can easily forget that they don't have everything required.
Oops. Yeah.
Zephlar unfortunately triggering that Stalfos Knight on the right side. Though. Yeah, the Celis sprite.
Hey, Celis.
Oh, it's because it's Kutan. I get it.
Yeah.
I didn't understand why it was Celis before.
Oh,
and now I do.
Yeah. Sudden clarity. 10 arrows. Oh, it was the arrow capacity upgrade.
Starting to look like flippers in. Starting to look like a flippers in Turtle Rock, and also Fire Rod in Turtle Rock, or maybe Swamp situation.
I think we have 1 item left in Ice. I'm not sure though. I also still don't have the boots, so that's another thing that is probably pretty annoying to our runners. Alright, Yuda. Also not going for the graveyard ledge. Let's see if he does the same play
Yeah.
to get the hammer.
Now,
Or if he's finally gonna do his digging game.
Yeah, finally doing the digging game. Hopefully he does remember that the magic pad is a thing.
Okay, not doing
Oh, he's gonna check south of Haunted Grove. You know, there like we joke about, you know, fire rod in weird places, but there are some places we haven't seen yet, and this is, I believe, one of them.
Yep, for sure.
But it didn't pan out.
Blank.
You'd gonna make short work of Cold Stare with the Butter Sword, Red Mail. Cold Stare Hugs do a ton of damage even with Red Mail, but it's like,
ooh,
there's our silvers.
that's not
Off the
too
Cold
bad.
Stare. Yeah, unfortunately they don't help that much in Turtle Rock. So you'd getting a 3-day 50 rupee drop, I think like half an hour after he first intended to do it.
Yeah. So I think at this point Zephlar is probably just gonna take a dive into TR.
Yeah. Or might be
Or will
checking the
he?
rest of the mirror spots.
He still didn't do the purple chest, so a couple things that he could still do here.
I really want to see the graveyard ledge.
It's a very bad location, definitely. Yuda, in the meantime, I want to say going for the Bombos tablet. So we definitely get 2 new locations here. Never mind, Zephlar. Why does no one likes the graveyard ledge currently? I mean, I don't blame him. I don't like it either.
Is this our first Bombos tablet?
Yep, I think so.
Ooh, did Yuda actually
Ooh.
lose that portal?
I mean, it's not. I mean, he doesn't really need it after this. Oh, that's a flippers!
Oh my goodness. That is absolutely terrible.
That
for
is
Yuda.
terrible. That is. I mean,
Because he can go into 2 dungeons now,
yeah.
neither of which he can complete because he doesn't have the hammer. But he went back to the town.
Yeah, like flippers doesn't do anything for him right now.
Well, I mean, he
Actually,
could check 1 chest in Swamp, and he could check a bunch of chests in, well, not a bunch, but like
I
maybe
really,
half the
really
chests
hope that he
tonight.
gets the hammer before this. Otherwise, this is probably over. But
Well, he is going in a direction we wanted to see for quite some time.
like
Zephlar-
these flippers are only good if the fire rod is in swamp for a Yuda.
Yeah. And Zephlar is about to get his flippers shortly as well.
Hopefully. Ooh, is that too high? Okay.
Now, with the flippers in hand, does Zephlar actually go into Swamp, or will he gamble on Turtle Rock having
Ooh,
fire rod?
that's a tough one.
I kind of think you kind of have to do it, right? Like, just go to Turtle Rock. You only need 1 item, and it's the
Yeah.
fire rod, and that's, yeah. It could be in Swamp, but if it's in Turtle Rock, you're gonna be kicking yourself if you go into Swamp first.
This is why no one likes the graveyard ledge.
Yeah, nothing for us.
I mean, Zephlar right now absolutely does not want to find the flippers.
Yeah.
But... oh no, and Yuda forgot about... oh no.
This is...
oh no, this is not good. No, this is not good. I'm not sure if he forgot about the Batcave or if he just doesn't want it to be there, but this is bad.
And Zephlar... probably not too happy about those flippers.
I mean, if you're Zephlar again, like, it looks like he might actually just go for a swamp right away.
Yeah.
Which, I guess it's not a bad choice. I mean, you're right there, so can go in there, but it depends on how far you're behind. But again, even if you feel behind, do you rather do swamp or do you bank on your opponent doing the same thing? It's difficult.
Well, as we've been saying for quite some time now, both of these runners have cause to believe that they're like really far behind. They're playing from behind. So I think this swamp play is probably not something Zephlar would do if he thought he was in the lead.
I want to say the same, yeah. I also want to say it's probably, on average, it's probably the better decision to go straight to TR. But, I mean...
Well, chances are you're going to get locked out pretty early in Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
And if you do, you're just wasting the trip up Death Mountain.
Yeah.
If there's nothing in Swamp Palace for you, then you're wasting an entire Swamp Palace trip.
Yeah.
That's basically my rationale for going to Turtle Rock first.
It's a tough decision, though, really.
I think both decisions are valid.
Yeah.
But...
I mean, on top of that, Swamp Palace is the green pendant, so we do get potentially 7 items out of Swamp. And anyone who is sticking to Yuda right now has to just pray that there's absolutely nothing in Swamp.
Yeah. Did Zephlar ever go back? Zephlar did go back and check Peg Cave, but Zephlar did not go and check Spike Cave.
Don't think so, no.
So that could be another location that could be not where these players want to see the fire rod.
Zephlar not picking up the small key yet. Hopefully he doesn't forget it. I want to say, I mean, the question is, do you go left side here? But I want to see if you already take the detour for Swamp. I want to say you absolutely go left side.
I don't know.
I mean, you could also just go for, you know, there's a map there which increases the chance of there being something on the left side.
I'm a firm proponent of left side Swamp, let me be clear. But if you're only looking for one item, it's a lot faster to check the back chests in Argus.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Yeah.
I'd go back in to check left side Swamp if I didn't find the fire rod in here. I wouldn't skip it like some sort of madman.
Yeah.
But
who would ever do that?
I don't know. But it does look like Zephlar is doing left side Swamp. I mean, it could be the right choice. Could be the wrong choice. It could be a completely moot choice. This is not a room I ever want to see in Ice Palace.
Yep.
I gotta say, if I'm in this room in Ice Palace, something has gone horribly wrong.
Yep. Absolutely. But yeah, very soon Yuda will hit a dead end here, and he has to go back out. And I just hope that he doesn't go for like a mad swamp first, well, like swamp play here.
All right, so left side swamp. We have a shield upgrade, which is,
Worth it.
And some rupees.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, not the best.
And this is, I think, the last chest you can check without having the hammer.
Yep.
Thankfully, you
And
correct. Oh, sorry.
no, it's okay. I was just gonna say, like, if he wasn't on tilt before, this must be even worse right now.
I feel like missing the hammer is probably the worst feeling in this game, because it's not even like, oh, the suit is trolling me. It's you start to question yourself, like, did I miss something obvious? Like the hammer, like you usually get the hammer within, like, 15 minutes, and like half the seeds you play.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
All right, Zephlar gonna be getting some quick chests here. Hopefully, for his sake, he can,
Yeah.
get the fire out here. Yuda, a
Ooh.
little confused.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Yuda doesn't remember that swamp is a thing.
Oh, that's a fire rod! Oh,
Okay.
that's bad. That's terrible news for Yuda.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Zephlar isn't go. Well, I guess kind of go mode, unless some
FOMO mode.
crazy boot shenanigans.
Schrodinger's go mode.
Yep. That is the fire rod.
Yeah, Yuda, unfortunately, looks like he might be going to the pedestal. Won't be seeing anything.
Doesn't help him
there,
at all, though. I think he doesn't realize that he can get to the Batcave with the mirror. I want to say otherwise he would have just done it, but...
Well, he is an NMG runner, or has ran NMG, so I'm pretty sure that's how you get there, right? In NMG, through the mirror. Pretty sure.
I'm actually not sure.
Like, if you're gonna go there, like, top NMG runners won't grab the half magic.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, we already said that it's very, very bad news for Yuda. Hopefully he does realize that he has to go to bat right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's going the right direction.
But Yuda still has to catch up a lot.
Yeah. Zephlar has a clear path ahead of him. This seed could potentially still require boots, as we know. Yuda is not going the right direction, though. It looks like he's actually going to Swamp Palace.
Oh,
See,
no.
this is why I hate not getting the hammer. Because if you have to go into Swamp Palace looking for the hammer, this is what you have to do. There is only one main like Hyrule Dark World portal that you can get to with the mitts and without the hammer. And it's all the way north of Kakariko.
Yeah, it's a thing. Definitely a place where you don't want to be in, a situation you don't want to be in.
It's especially tragic because we know as viewers that Yuda has to come back here later.
Yep. I mean, if you go into Swamp looking for the hammer, you know you're very, very desperate.
Oh, yeah.
Or very bold, I guess.
The two go hand in hand sometimes.
I guess, yeah.
You have a pretty complete item menu, except for a particular item. Well, I guess usable item menu.
I don't know why no one picked. Well, we don't have the boots, so they can't pick up the net yet.
This is your curse. This is your nightmare seed.
Ah! Oh, it would drive me insane. Unbelievable. Okay, I mean, as much as I hate to, very, very early tell or declare a winner. I mean, obviously this is Zephlar's race to lose right now. Like, okay, the only absolute crazy situation would be if the big key is actually on the torch.
Yeah,
And then
like
the boots
Argus.
are like on Argus or something like that. Oh man, it actually doesn't know.
Well, Yuda. Guess Yuda did forget about the magic bat.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's honestly really easy to forget about your fetch quests. And the fact that you're looking at the map and you see like 3 more crystals, that's just the worst.
Yeah, I mean, I can just imagine his face right now. He must be thinking. Actually, I don't know what he must be thinking, but he just doesn't know anything. You know, he probably thinks that he got every item possible.
I'm just imagining like that old Jackie Chan meme picture. Like that's his face right
that's.
Zephlar getting that. Oh man. If you're too close to that switch when you try to spin attack, you'll just hit that switch multiple times and it takes forever.
Hey Celos.
Yep, Celos is back.
Goodbye, Celos.
We're back to General Kutan.
Oh yeah, right. Yuda didn't even check the waterfall cave yet. Unfortunately, that's not gonna help him much. Yep. That was at least 15 slashes. 16. Oh man, I just honestly just feel bad for Yuda. This entire seed has just been absolutely brutal to him.
Zephlar fully kitted out. Butter sword, half magic. These pokies pose no threat at this point.
I mean, if you're Zephlar, did you? I mean, do you still full clear this dungeon for potential boots?
I would just make sure I'm grabbing that chest.
Yeah, I mean, he does that anyway for the small key. Alright, Yuda is on a good path, at least.
I'm pretty sure that chest actually is required now, unless this next chest is a small key. Or wait, yeah.
Looking good, Yuda. Looking good.
Yep, Yuda is finally going to, after another mirror, go into not go mode, but God, what do you do once you get the hammer?
Yeah, first of all,
so many dungeons.
You slash your sword for at least 17 times. And then you probably just go straight into Pod and then into Ice Palace.
And that's the hammer.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
how I'd feel.
Yeah. Summarize this seed in 5 seconds. Just clip that right there. Just pulling the hammer out of the bat, including the sword slashes.
Okay, so you just got the hammer. Yuda also did not want to do Peg Cave. I mean,
yeah,
Peg Cave doesn't help him now, but you know, it's a location he's right next to.
Also, I want to say Zephlar did not check the laser bridge. Pretty sure he didn't.
That could potentially come back to bite him.
In a very, very unfortunate turn of events, it could, yeah.
I mean, you kind of have to assume you're in go mode, right? You don't just...
Yeah, no. I mean, I can't blame him for skipping it, honestly. Especially if you feel... again, Zephlar must feel super behind, so... There's, like, no way you would ever check anything at this point.
Ooh, Zephlar releasing the spin attack a little bit too early, but Butter Sword in hand, that still beats down Trinex pretty easily.
No problem. Oh yeah, no, Yuda did finish Thieves Town. I think it was just messing on the tracker, but Yuda still has to do Ice Palace, Palace of Darkness, and Turtle Rock. Those are the 3 crystals that he still needs.
Yep, and Swamp Palace, at least going back inside.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. Oh man.
Anyway, this is a time that we typically reserve for people to spam some numbers in chat. Numbers that typically range from 1 to 22.
Oh yeah.
Or is it 23? I keep forgetting. Anyway, get your GT Big Key guesses in now. I don't think we're doing the official game anymore, but basically the number of items that we see like before we find the big key, and including the big key, that's the number you want to put in the chat.
I'm gonna go for number 15.
15?
I'm gonna go for 15. Yeah.
Oh, it looks like we are doing it these days.
Yep.
I usually go for 8, but yeah.
All right, here comes the moment of truth. Are we getting trolled or not?
Zephlar not even doing the right side. We did get a key. And
let's see. Oh.
Okay. I think by the logic that does require the boots. I think.
I guess by the logic, yeah.
But nobody's gonna open that door. I hope.
I do feel kind of bad. Like a small part of me actually hoped that it was the big key on the torch. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I guess to reiterate, I guess we are actually doing the big key guessing game this tournament, and if you win, you get added to the leaderboard. If you're the first person to win, I guess is the correct term. First person to get it right, or
this is
the closest person.
Yeah, I think this is chest number 8, right? Yeah.
Yep, that is 8. That is why that's one of my favorite chests in this dungeon. That's why I usually pick it. Zephlar going with some cane strats, slightly slower than with the hook shot and, boomerang, but still gets the job done. Yuda is opting to use, that does have to use bombos, actually, on Cold Stare. That's a pretty perfect Cold Stare fight, too.
Yep.
Grabs the silver arrows, that'll make Ice Armos and, Ganon easy if it comes to that.
Alright, coming up the randomizer room. Chest number 9 through 11. 12. Yeah, no math, please.
Well, that was 13, I believe, because we also had the fire bar room, fire snake corridor room. Anyway.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That was 10 through 13. Yuda, not sure where to go.
Yeah, what do you do if you're Yuda now? I mean, first of all, you want to finish pod, right? And then, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, Zephlar unfortunately had to take the warp there. It's a nice strat to bonk off the wall there to avoid the teleport, but we don't have boots yet.
That thing. Oof. Barely avoiding it.
Okay. So what's this? 14?
Hey, Bob.
Zephlar's getting sapped by Bob. He gets to the health back at least. You know what I miss? I miss quarter magic in normal mode.
Yeah, good old times.
Alright, so silver's coming in handy for Ice Armos.
Alright. 15 coming up. Vanilla! Oh.
Oh, there we go.
I think there was 7. No, wait, actually. Is that 17? Hold on. That was Bob's chest, right?
17, yes.
Yeah, it was 17.
All right. So Zephlar's going upstairs. And, I mean, we're pretty decked out at this point. There's not much threat left in Ganon's tower.
Yeah, I mean... It is Zephlar's race to lose at this point. Or has been ever since he found the fire rod.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Yuda is going to be finishing off Helmasaur, getting his 6th crystal. Fortunately, still missing that fire rod that we know is actually in Pendant Swamp Palace. The place you really don't want to go.
Yeah, but where are the boots, man?
What if the boots were in that next chest in Swamp Palace? Like,
Yeah, I was thinking
one in
the
the
same.
waterfall room.
Like,
that would be a thing this would do.
yeah, I mean, it would not be unreasonable to check that one chest before exiting out.
Yeah, it's really quick. I would agree with that. You're getting a pretty decent turtle room here. It wasn't perfect, but was able to kill some of the turtles with the initial strat. I have yet to be able to do that room correctly in the light.
Yeah.
I've done it once when I didn't have the lamp somehow.
That's even better though.
Yeah, but I don't know what I did.
Yeah. It's okay, but you still did it. That's the thing. That's the best part if you don't know what you did, but you still did it.
Alright, so the big key winner was the Racer X11. So GG's on that. It looks like Fiesel actually cleared out the leaderboard. It's too bad because I was up there pretty high last tournament, the fall one. I mean. Anyway, we got Lamos 2 on Zephlar's side, opting to just use the gold sword.
Yeah, maybe you forgot that he has Solrus.
Also has half magic with that fire rod. It's a pretty beefy fire
Yeah.
rod.
I mean, again, at this point, Zephlar, he must be eyeballing the race chat like 24/7. Like he just must constantly be looking there, waiting for the done by the opponent.
Zephlar mistiming this Wizrobe room, having to do a few cycles of that, but did get the strat in eventually.
I see rage. I see more rage incoming.
Yeah, I don't recall. Was there an early key?
I am actually not sure. I'm not sure. I know there was a small key in the big chest, and the big key was in the vanilla location, so
right.
That probably was an early small key.
Zephlar is now in this rotating firebar room. Not a very good room, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is the penultimate floor of Ganon's tower. It's pretty much this. Go upstairs, fight Aga 2, get teleported to the jerk himself.
Yup.
The jerk in chief.
Yeah, going back to Yuda, I can totally understand. I mean, he feels like he is 5 billion years behind, so there's no way. Like, he has to just gamble for the fire rod being actually in Turtle Rock, so you can definitely see this play. I think the two major setbacks for Yuda were really just the hook shot in the castle escape and the Pammer.
Mm-hmm.
Boots in validation chest. How about that? Dang.
Nope. We got a nice red rupee.
I really want to know where the boots are.
They could be right side Ganon's tower. They
Yeah,
could be
yes.
laser bridge.
Yeah, totally.
So, if Yuda does make it to laser bridge, and that's a big if, I haven't really been counting keys, and finds boots,
Oh boy.
like,
Oh.
you gotta go check, the bonk rocks and Kingsgrave immediately, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's so mean. I'm pretty sure there was actually a small key here in the chain chomp room as well. Just to add salt to the injury. Yep. Oh man. Oh man. This is so
Zephlar got
bad.
A nice double there. Force cycle Aga 2, not too bad.
Yeah.
And
Ever.
Yuda is doomed. Like it's.
Yep.
We know the fire rod isn't here, unfortunately. And Zephlar is about to enter the Ganon fight. Butter sword in hand and silvers. This is going to be pretty easy, I would say.
Yeah. He would probably have to fall about 43 times for Yuda to catch up.
Yep.
But yeah, unfortunately, Yuda also he will find the big key here, and he will go on to the laser bridge. I'm not sure if he can get there, but
oh, he can get to the laser bridge. Yeah.
He can. I don't know if there's a small key. Oh yeah, there was one in the big chest. Yeah, of course. You will also check Mimic Cave, of course.
Yep. And Zephlar is now in the third phase of Ganon, with our favorite feature they re-added, Ganon teleports. The reason they re-added them, if you're unaware, is because they were able to sync the RNG across an entire seed instead of just having it be purely random based on how the original game did it. I mean, not purely random, but random based on like other factors.
Mm-hmm.
Frame count or whatever.
Oh, Zephlar, please. All right, 42 more to go for Yuda to catch up. He must again. He must be so nervous right now. He must just think that that's it. Like that's it. My opponent's just gonna done in 10 seconds here.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than getting sniped when you're at Ganon.
Oh
my god!
Are you kidding me? That is so mean. That is so mean. Oh my god.
Now imagine, if you will.
Oh god, that is disgusting.
If the big key was on the torch.
Oh, that would
what
have
a place.
Oh boy. I mean, this is just gonna delay his visit to Swamp even further. This is not fair.
This is a seed specifically crafted to defeat Yuda right now. And Zephlar is... Okay, Zephlar did have some red goo, which was provided to us by kindly dwarves.
The bees!
The bee strats in Ganon. I love it.
You can tell Zephlar is super nervous.
Yeah,
your heart's
got to be going at like 150 right now, and you got nothing in your mind but like waiting for the dot done, like staring at the race chat.
Yep.
Ugh. No!
Oh
my
please!
goodness!
I'm getting a heart attack here. Like,
So a thing that's important to understand about these fire bats Ganon is throwing out is that they send you in the opposite direction as where you're moving. So your first anyway. Sorry, Zephlar finally finishes that game, and with any luck, we'll be making it through that door to the Triforce.
GG to Zephlar, taking the victory here with a time of 2:15:27.
We'll see.
Making it. Oh, Yuda. Oh no. No.
Oh, fats.
That could dot done dot comment lol. Summary of
Yeah.
this scene. That is just summarized.
Too bad this isn't on SRL though. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Yuda having the fairy in hand was able to actually yeah. Anyway, we'll see if Zephlar wants to come in here for a quick interview.
Not sure if Yuda actually wants to finish this seed, but
Yeah, I would want to put like I want a restraining order against this seed. I don't want it within 50 yards of me.
Yep. Yep.
But it does look like Yuda is at least gonna check some things.
I think he checked everything there, but yeah.
Hello?
Hello, GG Zephlar.
GG. Wow, that was something.
Yeah. So, just I guess, just want to give you, get a feel of how you thought about that seed.
It took me a while to remember that there's a path to the Dark World that doesn't require things like Titan's Mitts or the Hammer. It's not a thing that happens very often.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that.
And having the hammer behind the block for the magic bat was pretty trolly.
Yeah.
There were a few times I pretty much thought I was behind the entire race, and so I was making weird plays thinking, man, if the thing I'm looking for is right here, I'm going to jump way ahead, and that was one of them. And I feel like at that point I was pretty sure that I was ahead. But yeah,
it's what we've been thinking, that both of you must feel behind for almost the entire race, just because of the layout.
Yeah, and having the flippers be the thing that unlocks I was trying to skip flippers basically by fake flippering into Ice Palace and hoping that I could just find the fire rod and be done with it. Yeah, I don't know, man. This was pretty crazy.
Yeah. So we figured it was a Friday the 13th curse that Genja has wrought upon us, because it is actually Friday the 13th there already.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, that's right. It's in the UK. It's super early on Friday the 13th, isn't it?
Mm.
Or in Europe, I should say. Anywhere in Europe. That's yeah. This I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this scene. I getting lost and running around. It luckily got me to find things like Tempered Sword super early and get a couple of early crystals, which was very helpful. Except that it ended up being probably a net loss as I ran around for 10 minutes trying to figure out what I'd forgotten.
Yeah.
So I guess something prompted by Chad. Do you want to guess where Boots were?
Did the other racer find the boots? If I had to guess, boots were in. What did I not do? Boots are in. Are they in the Pyramid Fairy?
Nope.
Nope. Well, I'm a bit surprised that you didn't check that before going into Swamp Palace.
I was on my, as soon as I did the Bombhouse tablet, I was gonna go up to Pyramid Fairy, and when I found the flippers, I was like, I'm not gonna walk by a cave with 6 chests in it, basically, in order to get 2. So I decided to stop in, and luckily I did, because if I had walked past Swamp Palace, I never would have went back. I would have gone to Turtle Rock, I would have gone all through Death Mountain again. So I am glad that I.
So it was in Mimic Cave.
Boots for Mimic Cave?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I walked by, I almost stopped. It was like, the only thing I want right now are boots. Because at that point, I was thinking, the only way I'm going to fall even farther behind is if the big key on Ganon's tower is on that lantern.
Yep. If it would have been, that would have been like terrible for you, because there's probably no way that you would ever go back there.
Yeah. Although, I mean, there were still 4 items in Turtle Rock, right? Because basically every chest in Laser Bridge was an item. So I probably would have gone into Turtle Rock first. Like as soon as I probably would have gone all through Ganon's tower looking for the boots. And then went and stayed on Death Mountain to Turtle Rock. So I don't know if it would have been that bad, but having to do all, the other side of Ganon's tower and everything else would have been pretty rough.
Yeah. I guess just to keep you updated, the thing that essentially sealed the deal for Yuda, for your opponent, 2 major things. First of all, one major thing that absolutely set him back for a big bunch of time was that he did not have bombs for the castle escape, which means he did not have the hookshot.
Oh,
and
no.
Since both love upgrades were locked by the hookshot, he had to go back through the entire castle, but he didn't do that until like forever, because he kept finding small bits of pieces that he could advance a little bit further. He first went to Eastern, then he found the bow, then he went back to Eastern, stuff like that.
Oh, that's harsh. That's hard.
Yeah.
Like I found that the Cane of Samaria is one of the harder items to start with, because there's always that, like, I don't want to run out of magic, but I still kind of want to farm for bombs.
Yep.
And when I had one of the third room in Escape for me drop bombs, I was just like, yes, great, let's keep going, save my magic for the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a period of time where he was a bit ahead of you, mainly from your death going to Village of Outcasts, which is a really costly death.
When I died there, I was like, this is probably the absolute worst place I could have died. Like, I could have, if it had died 15 seconds earlier, I would have been in Skull Woods and not that mad. And then when I had to go all the way back through, I was like, screw it. I'm not walking all the way around. I'm going to go to Pod, which ended up being useless. And, cost me a whole ton of time. Basically, it cost me a double dip into Pod.
Yeah. But thankfully you came back, and Yuda finally picking up the Fire Rod.
Yeah.
Getting immediately out of Swamp Palace.
So the other thing that really, really set him back was the fact that he just didn't find the hammer in forever. He did everything before he found the hammer. Like, he went into Ice Palace without the hammer. He went into Swamp without the hammer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He just couldn't get it.
Tried to do the digging game twice with things following him. Because I guess wasn't aware of that. Like, the first time he did it with the frog, and the second time he did it with the chest, but he left the chest on the other screen, but didn't know that.
Yeah, it still doesn't matter. That's crazy. This seed was something else. I've been practicing for the last few days to kind of shake the rust off, as I hadn't played in a while, and I had basically back-to-back seeds that were sub 2 hours and fairly straightforward. And then when I got to this, I was just like, what is happening? Why can't I figure anything out? Why are things in super random, far-off places? I hate everything.
Yeah. So, outside of that, any other thoughts about this seed that you'd like to share?
I mean, I'm glad that he solved the puzzle and is now in go mode. I'm excited that I won my first round. I don't expect this to be a pattern that continues, but hopefully, knock on wood, maybe it will. There's a lot of people in this tournament, which means it's very likely that you can continue to race against people of similar skill level before you race against someone who's very, very good, right? Like I was talking to my opponent for the last few days about how we both had not really played that much recently, and felt we were both on fairly similar skill levels, and I feel like that with so many players in this race, there's a pretty not a huge gap, but there's a gap between people that are very, very good and like the average runner, and I think that average runners are going to be able to go a lot farther in this tournament than in the last couple.
Yeah, I agree. But now that you do have a win under your belt, there is still like a threat of, say, getting paired up with somebody like Andy next time around.
Oh. Hopefully it's not me, but if it is, I'll take my loss valiantly and come back next week again.
It's a fear all of us 1-0s have, unfortunately. Okay, cool.
All right, well, I'm gonna jump out and let you guys finish. But thank you for commentating and restreaming and tracking everybody. And this was super fun.
All right, thank you.
Pleasure. Good luck on the rest of your tournament.
Thanks a lot.
Yep, good game again.
GG.
All right. So Yuta is now pretty deep into Turtle Rock. I mean, we've already been through most of it, so it's pretty quick.
I mean, Yuta also does having the boost now. He definitely does not need anything else.
Accidentally taken the wrong turn here in the beginning of this maze thing.
Oh. How did he get past that?
Yeah, I'm a bit confused about that myself. But
he probably was just looking down but not pressing down. Because then you don't take a turn.
Yep, and we're only a few screens away from Trinex. So yeah, I mean, GT, the big key wasn't in a good spot for any route. Yuta might do right side. Looks like Yuta's trying to do the cane dash strat, but unfortunately not able to pull it off. It's a strat I haven't learned yet. I should probably learn that at some point.
That's pretty cool. It's all pretty straightforward.
Alright. So, Trinex is especially easy with Butter Sword. The biggest thing is just remembering to switch to the fire rod before it starts exploding, because when anything is exploding on the screen, apparently you can't pause the game. Because the explosions demand your attention.
Yep.
Like Michael Bay.
I mean, everything explodes in this game, so that's that.
Pretty solid second phase of Trinex as well, just like Zephlar did. And that's it. That's the final crystal. We're going to be heading into Ganon's Tower in short order.
Alright, so chat, get in your guesses for the big key. I guess it would be the fast if we would just go right side, but that's rarely seen that you just go right side and actually go through to ice armor, so you're probably gonna see the long way. And yes, Yuda is using the Luigi sprite.
Yep, I really love the Luigi sprite, honestly.
Definitely.
Okay, so Ganon's Tower. Still need to find the big key. Doesn't really matter which way you go to find it now. He's going to the left first. Hopefully it's a full left and not a Dark Magician strat, but even if it's a Dark Magician strat, he'll end up at past Ice Armos eventually.
Maybe already looking a little bit forward after this race, as we are looking at stuff that we already have seen. We definitely do still have lots of matches coming up after this. Most of them are not going to be on this channel though, but there will be a couple races on the ALTTPR randomizer channels. So coming up in like 20 minutes. Sonicam versus In the Name of DT. That should be a go on ALTTP Randomizer 2. The next on Speed Gaming, I think, is 10:30 p.m. on Speed Gaming 3. So yeah, definitely check out the schedule for the upcoming races.
Yeah, the schedule definitely has a ton of races on it, and not even that schedule. Like A Link to the Past randomizer schedule has a bunch of races, and those are also on the Link to the Past randomizer channels, in addition to Speed Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
So fairly soon, Yuda will be visiting our good friend the Ice Armos, unless Yuda mirrors out after Rando Room, which would be a pretty tragic occurrence. This room right here is honestly one of the reasons why I like the Dark Magician strat. Because you don't have to see this room ever.
Yeah.
We do get to see that nice bonk over the teleporter. And the big question is, I guess Bob already did die, unfortunately. So
yeah.
we can't kill Bob because he's already dead. And again, Silver Arrows for Ice Armos makes it quite simple.
Oh yeah, because people have been asking, I guess it's a nice thing to explain. So there's obviously different ways which you can approach Ganon's Tower. You can either go full right side, you can skip the right side and just immediately go left side, and Dark Magician, I guess he just came up with it first, which is why it's named after him. It's essentially going left side until the... Well, what is that called, that room? The
The Stalfos room, that's what I call it.
It's like the You basically just go left side until you go to the 4 chests in the stealth holes with the stealth holes in them, and then you go mirror out, and then you go right side. You completely go into the right, complete the right side until Ice Armos. And if it's not in either of those, then you just go and cry in a corner.
Yeah.
Then you lost a bunch of time.
It's probably one of the riskier strats because it does put off a lot of what most other runners will go to first or earlier in Ganon's Tower. So if it's not on right side, it's not in Stalfos room, it's not at Armos, you're probably going to be wasting a lot of time compared to somebody who's doing a more traditional route.
Yeah. Ooh,
nice.
Yeah, actually getting through there with the dash.
So the gauntlet is up. Let's see how Yuda handles this. With the pressure off, I mean, it's a lot easier to execute, I would say.
Yes, yeah.
And nice.
Nice snipe there.
Just got 180 no scoped.
This is the stuff that never ever works if you're actually under pressure.
Yeah.
But it is worth noting that while this is a very unfortunate loss for Yuda, he is definitely not even close to being out of this tournament.
Right.
So just to keep you guys informed again, this is the Swiss round, which means there will be 7 rounds where all the 512 people will play against opponents with the same win-loss ratio as them. And in order to advance to the 128 people bracket stage, you, I guess, quote unquote, only need to have 5 wins in your back.
Yeah.
To be guaranteed.
5 wins will guarantee you a spot.
Yeah. So you are allowed to take 2 losses in your Swiss round career. Of course, it's not great to start off with a loss, but yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if any players need to drop out for whatever reason.
Oh, yeah, that definitely will.
Especially players that have good records, because that would open up additional space for 4 and 3 players.
Yeah.
And in that case, I believe the tournament isn't going to hold a tiebreaker race. It'll just do it by the Buchholz score.
Yeah, it is.
Which is essentially the average of your opponents, the opponents that you played with, like, the
I think it's like the opponent of your opponents.
Yeah, well, that's like if the Buchholz isn't good enough, like the normal one.
Yeah.
Just some information for you all.
Bottom line, just do no math and get 7 wins, and then you're good.
Yeah, no math.
Yeah, if you guys are interested in more, a link to the past randomizer, that is this greatness. Definitely make sure to join the Discord servers. Lots of amazing people on there, lots of good strats or, you know, resources and everything you want to find and learn about randomizer can be found on there.
Looks like Yuda wants to get some extra chests.
Yeah.
That was an easy Moldorm 2, I gotta say.
Yep.
Also getting the 20 rupees from the last chest in the game. Oof. Getting a little bit trolled by these bumpers. They can be merciless
Yeah.
if you're unlucky.
This is definitely a tough room without the boots as well.
Alright, so we got Aga 2. Let's see if we can get any good triples. I think we had some decent patterns, actually. Nice double in the first hit.
Oh, this is a tough one to get a triple on stage. Yeah, it's 2.
Can we get the triple double, though?
That'd be great. Yep,
Yes,
nice.
we can.
That's, I mean, there's no way you could have done that better, honestly. That pattern. Good stuff.
Yuta is not very happy with this bat. I wouldn't be either. You know, I never understood. Is that bat Ganon, or is that bat just like part of Ganon and then it's returning to Ganon?
I guess it is Ganon. That's a deep question to ask at the end of such a race. I'm not sure.
We get the Weetabix message here again.
Yeah. I mean, all we know is that Ganon is an expert on breakfast.
Yeah.
And cereals.
He's also an expert on like 80s music and movie quotes.
Yeah, there's also one animal thing, like something about the feelers. I don't know, it's something that I forgot it already.
Yeah, he also likes fun facts from time to time.
Yep.
What kind of burrito would you be?
Oh yeah, burritos.
I think I'd just be honey lime marinated chicken burrito.
That's pretty good. I mean, I would probably fancy some spicy burritos, but yeah.
Might be end up putting hot sauce on it, but
Yeah, it's fair.
anyway, this is looking like a good Ganon fight so far.
Yeah.
The Silver's phase was really good, actually. Didn't get the torch glitch, but doesn't actually need it. I assume we have time for an interview.
I guess if Yuta is done slamming his head against the wall, then I guess we could ask him if he wants to share his thoughts.
Yeah. GG to Yuta. Let's see if he wants
GG.
to hop in.
.comment lol. That's the summary of this seed.
Yuta has some things to say. He's got a lot of problems with this seed.
Can definitely relate.
Goodness. Hello, Yuta. Good game.
GG, Yuta.
GG.
So,
Yeah.
That was a seed. That was a lot of things. That was like every single item collection minus, I don't know, 5 items besides Ganon Tower.
First of all, I want to just express my condolences to your run. Like I just never felt so sorry for probably anyone. I was feeling the pain. I felt everything.
Well, I mean, it all started with me missing Ice Rod Cave because I wanted to gamble on fake flippers. That was a bad decision. Now, if I was smart, though, I would have tried to, take advantage of the Moon Pearl, try to do the Waterfall Cave with the glitch there, but that wouldn't have got me much anyway. So many crazy logic locations in this seed.
Yeah.
So let's just start from the beginning. What made you not want to farm any bombs in the castle escape?
Bad muscle memory, I'm going to admit it. I am used to doing NMG, so I'm just like, get the heck out of escape. And I was thinking, I would come back. Of all the things to be there, it had to be Power Gloves, so there's really no other way to get there.
Right. Well, it was the hook shot, but that did lead to Power Gloves, so it was completely blocked behind that decision.
We were actually not sure if you remember that you can go back through the castle to get those 3 chests because, You were just sitting on the map, and we were just thinking, oh man, please remember to go back there.
Yeah, I mean, I eventually figured out pretty much all the possible places, but I was really racking my brains for that. I mean, that's probably some of the worst logic I've ever seen.
Yeah, for skipping that cave, it's an absolute nightmare, obviously. I don't think I've ever seen something like that, honestly.
Yeah, and I don't even think I've seen worse since like version 5 or 6. Like it's been a while. Back when you could still soft lock yourself in pod.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you did Agahnim, and then after that you found the hookshot. Did you actually think that Agahnim might have actually not been a required kill?
You know, I was basically just trying to figure out, what in the world did I miss? I was basically doubling down on the whole, well, escape, back half of escape didn't have anything. It just didn't have anything. And then, lo and behold, I just didn't want to do escape twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can totally see that.
Definitely not a mistake I'll repeat next time, though. I'm glad I get a few more shots of this.
Yeah. It's only way to go is up.
Got that right. And GG to Zephlar, by the way.
Yeah, he already was gone, but yeah, definitely. But believe it or not, you were actually, like, even after that whole starting fiasco, you were actually almost on par with Zephlar, or maybe just even slightly ahead, because he was also getting trolled pretty badly in the Dark World. So after you found all the hookshot and all of that.
Yeah, Zephlar had issues. He forgot like Agahnim was a thing, and once he remembered that, he ended up dying on the way to Thieves Town and had to walk all the way back.
Ooh.
But yeah, obviously they did not have to double dip into Eastern and all the bad stuff that happened to you.
I did like 19 double dips. I mean, there's an entire hour I could have cut out of this seed.
Yeah, and obviously the one thing that did completely kill you then was the missing hammer.
Yeah, I can't even remember at this point. My mind's a haze at this point. Where was the hammer?
The Batcave.
Right.
So,
The one place where you have to do the counterintuitive thing, get it from behind a hammer peg.
Yeah.
This seed. Well, hey, I'm looking forward to a lot more races. I'm sure we got something else coming up on Speed Gaming in a minute. So I want to say thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting all this. I appreciate you guys doing comms for me. Very much appreciate that. GG to Zephlar, and thanks for doing the race. And thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks for putting up a great show. And best of luck to you in the remaining tournament, definitely.
Thanks, folks, and see you next mission.
Yep.
Have a good one. All right. I guess that almost wraps it up, I guess. It's been definitely a fantastic race to be commentating for. So, yeah. Thank you, Rubel, again.
Thank you, Jenya.
And also thank you, Yoko, for tracking. And of course, as usual, Fiesel for the restream. And with that being said, yeah, unless you have any final words.
Nope.
Cool. Then thanks for watching, guys, and make sure to stick around for more greatness, and make sure to follow the rest of the tournament. That being said, yeah, thanks for watching, and have a great evening.
Yep. See ya.